Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Quarter Moon Tarot. Let us start your reading. Let us see what you are dealing with, Sagittarius. Make time for self love. All right. I think you need to focus on yourself and really be appreciative of yourself, Sagittarius. Yeah. Let's see what your reading is about. I think you've been focusing too much on another person, focusing too much on other things. You've been neglecting yourself, Sagittarius, and you've not been looking after yourself. You've been making yourself, the second, or somewhere way down in the list, and everything else has taken priority and is more important. But till you are not in the best of shape and condition for your this thing, it's very difficult to look after or do other things, right? So we should always be our first priority. Let's continue your reading. So we have the Judgment. You need to take a look at the past. There is something about the past which is opening up over here for you. So Three of Wands. These are all cards of looking at the distance in the past and in the future. Empress. You've been waiting for something, Sagittarius. The Emperor, Empress, Emperor, balanced energies, and Sun. There is, I feel, there is a, you need to balance your energies here with the Empress and the Emperor. You need to be nurturing towards yourself, and you really need to take charge of, being in looking after yourself. Don't leave it to somebody. Here this reading is suggesting that don't leave it towards to somebody else, to look after you. And I think you've had some kind of a realization that how things were in the past. Maybe in the past there was a time when you did follow a pattern like this, and it kind of let's say that there has been some event in the past where or times in the past where you were not looking after yourself, and probably you fell sick. And this is the Judgment card, which is telling you that, see, every time you don't look after yourself, what happens? Bear that in mind. Okay, sooner or later it catches up with you. So I think in the past, if you haven't been looking after yourself, or you remember a time where you've been very negligent about yourself, you realized what came your way. So here you are being urged to take things into your hands and make yourself your priority. Tend to yourself, nurture yourself, look after yourself, and you will have all that radiance, light, and energy coming back to you. You feel a little depleted of energy, you feel a little lackluster, you don't feel very good, you are you're not looking your very best. That's what you might be looking at, finding when you see yourself in the mirror. So you need to come back, you need to get back your light, your radiance, your luster, and you need to be really taking charge of things and bringing the focus back from everything else onto yourself now. Okay, so this is something which has happened in the past, and it would be a good idea to bear that in mind, that every time you slip up like this, Sagittarius, what happens. Speaking of which, we've got the Four of Pentacles. Look after yourself, make yourself your priority. Nothing is more important than you. Okay, what is the way forward for Sagittarius from here? Let's see. Nine of Wands. You've been waiting, probably it happens, that I will do this later, I will tend to myself later, let this be done, let this get over, let this get over. You've just been kind of postponing it and prolonging it, but it's been like a very long time now. With the Wheel of Fortune over here, it's about time that you reset the cycle and start bringing yourself back on top, making yourself the focus over here, and start that cycle of looking after yourself. No more waiting, no longer no more prolonging, procrastinating. Do it now. That is the way forward. Four of Cups right now, you might feel that, what difference does it make? It's okay, things are moving along, it's all okay. But it make a lot of difference to your emotional well-being when you really pay heed to this cup which is being offered to you. That here, look at this, Sagittarius, look at this, look up, don't look down, look up. There is something beautiful for you. The moment you start investing time, money, emotions in yourself, you will see that change happening in you. You will see how, you start coming into the light and energy with the Sun card over here. Five of Wands, you might be in conflict with this because you feel that other things are more important, more significant. But believe me, Sagittarius, till you are not in the best of condition, you cannot do anything to the best of your abilities. Your energy is down. Everything you do will definitely be not the very best, because if you're putting only 60% of your capacity, the end result is also going to be only 60%, right? So it all starts with the self, and there should be no conflict from here onwards. That's your what's coming up for you. So don't make yourself the second priority. Don't get into a tussle with yourself about yourself. That should be very, very clear, that you are for yourself. You have to look after yourself. And I see all these cards have got single figures over here. There is nobody else, who I also feel, that if you have got too much on your hands, maybe there is somebody else who's sharing a responsibility. But there is no group energy over here. In fact, there is no card which has two people over here except here fighting. But so that is why all the more reason you need to really keep yourself your priority right now. So let's see what is your guidance, world. End this cycle for yourself, Sagittarius. Do not delay it. You really come to the end of it. It's just a big burden you're carrying. Whatever it is, it's not a burden which is worth carrying. It's real, and this is also the end of the suit. So you've really burnt out. Nine of Wands, yeah, 10 of Wands. You would be feeling really, really exhausted. You could feel a burnout. You could feel a little bit of a collapse happening because you're under so much stress, weight, so many activities. So it's best to just avoid all of that. And what's your challenge? You've got the Moon card over here. I think you're ignoring your emotional well-being, more than anything else. So get back on track and don't run away from how you are feeling. Because that is sometimes when we don't want to look at things, we immerse ourselves in other activities, right? Because we don't want to look at things. But you please start looking, Sagittarius, at your emotional well-being. What is making you happy, what's making you unhappy, and start with feeling good about the choices you are making and the priorities you're choosing. What would the oracle like to suggest for Sagittarius? Let's see. Emerging into grace. You're coming out of this darkness from the depths, okay? Right? It's time to come out of this dark place, from this slumber, from this dense place, and you need to rise and shine and come up like this lotus, surface. You need to surface from these kind of energies which have just kind of held you down. Okay, need to come out of that, and it's time for you to do that. We've got a lot of cards of endings over here as well, expecting miracles. So just remember that whatever you're going to start, whatever you're going to work with, it's going to work out beautifully. And the more you focus on yourself, the more you're going to attract good miracles. Not good miracles, but you'll attract good stuff. You'll attract miracles. Things are going to magically happen for you the moment you start putting this attention back on yourself, Sagittarius. Okay, just, and whatever it is that you've been dealing with, or anything you're struggling with, you can be rest assured that it's all going to work out in a miraculous manner. Listening with your heart. Here we have the Moon card over here, Sagittarius. Listen to what your feelings are telling you. Listen to what your heart is telling you, what your emotions are telling you. Don't ignore that anymore. It is wanting you to do the very best for yourself. Okay, so listen to all what your heart is telling you and follow it through, because there are miracles around the corner for you. With that, I'll wrap up your reading. Thanks for watching.